Did the 8-time Mr. Olympia bodybuilding champion and record holder, Ronnie Colamen, just lose it all? Now a retired professional bodybuilder with over 10 surgeries done, many fear that he has permanently lost his mobility. And fans around the world are curious to know if the king would rise again. Born in Monroe, Louisiana, on the 13th of May, 1964. He attended Grambling State University, where he bagged a bachelor's degree in accounting while playing for the school's football team as the middle linebacker. As years went by without a job, young Colamen decided to work at Domino's Pizza to make ends meet. As a matter of fact, the complimentary pizza given at work made most of his meal as he struggled to put food on his table. One day, he happened to see a job vacancy for a police officer in Arlington, Texas. He applied and got the job. He held this position from 1989 till 2000 and remained a reserve until 2003. While working as a police officer, a colleague, Gustavo Alota, suggested that he join the Metroflex gym. On getting there, Brian Dobson, the owner of the gym and an amateur bodybuilder, persuaded Colamen to compete for Mr. Texas in exchange for a free gym membership. As a born athlete and a genetic freak, Ronnie won this competition ahead of his coach. This led him to one of the most successful bodybuilding careers of all time, as he decided to apply and prepare for the 1991 World Amateur Championships held in Poland that year. At the age of 27, he won the crown and earned the title Mr. Universe, which automatically qualified him for Mr. Olympia. He went on to win his first professional bodybuilding show in 1995, beating the likes of Rich Gaspari and Milo Sasev, two of the sport's most legendary figures. To prove it wasn't just a fluke, he won the bodybuilding show the following year. However, it wasn't until 1998 that he won his first Mr. Olympia, which he maintained for 8 consecutive years till the year 2005. At this point, he had dominated the International Bodybuilding Championship, setting records other athletes could only dream of. In 2006, he was finally defeated by the later 4-time champion, Jay Cutler. He finally retired in 2007 after coming fourth in Mr. Olympia. At last, a successful career in bodybuilding came with a heavy prize. No pun intended. Colamen disclosed that he continued to go hard in the gym and won many consecutive competitions despite suffering from a herniated disc. If you don't know what a herniated disc is and how dangerous it can be, then let me fill you in. Herniated disc or slip disc is a spinal condition where there is a problem with a rubbery disc between the spinal bones. It can lead to serious pain, and in severe cases, a herniated disc could permanently damage parts of your spinal cord, resulting in partial or even complete paralysis. In an interview, Colamen described it best by saying, "The first time you herniate a disc, it's as if you stack a bunch of cans on top of each other and you snap one out. Well, after a while, the other ones are going to start falling out of place too." Regular folks seek medical attention immediately if they have any slight problem with their disc. But not Colamen. Colamen said one day while working out, he heard a large crunching sound in his spine and immediately lost a little strength. He knew something was not right but just continued with his workout. When asked how he was able to manage to keep working through the pain, he said,
But as long as I'm doing what I love doing, I'm okay. If you take that away, then I probably won't be okay.
He went on to also say,
If you're an athlete, you're in pain all your life.
True, the 8-time Mr. Olympia has been accustomed to aches and pains ever since he injured his back while powerlifting in high school and playing football in college. Anyway, despite a herniated disc, this man was still squatting 800 pounds like it was nothing, and won several Mr. Olympia competitions back-to-back. It wasn't until Ronnie Colamen retired years later that he decided to do something about his chronic, persistent back pain. Colamen's negligence led to several back operations and a few hip surgeries, all of which cost him a whopping $2 million and some. Unfortunately, the damages that had been done over the years of lifting heavy and competing were irreversible. He could no longer walk long distances without support or a wheelchair, although he was able to walk short distances unassisted. However, things got even worse. After multiple surgeries on discs in his back, he found out that another disc in his neck required surgery. That's not all. In February 2018, Colamen went into the hospital for surgery to remove his intestines and then reinsert them. He also had screws inserted in and out of his back during this operation. In September 2019, Colamen underwent his 10th surgery to fix 4 broken screws from 2018. Before that surgery, he posted this video on Instagram. He says, "You all please say a prayer for your boy," and that many of his injuries resulted from a career as an avid bodybuilder. He also revealed it was his 3rd surgery in less than a year. Media outlets rumored that Colamen may be crippled and potentially paralyzed. Then later in June, Ronnie Colamen himself announced that he was unlikely to ever walk again. He blamed the first surgeon who operated on him for doing a crappy job. In a video interview with Muscular Development, Ronnie Colamen revealed all of this.
If the surgeon had performed these surgeries right, then I would have been walking a long time ago.
He also took the opportunity to warn bodybuilders that the cost of his last 3 surgeries was too great, costing over $2 million. Will he ever stop training? Absolutely not.
Like, hey, I'm still alive and I can still work out every day.
He even acknowledges that his relentless drive to work out has made his injuries worse despite doctors warning him not to. Did Colamen regret his choices? Again, I don't think so. In a current interview, he says that he doesn't regret his choices because he was determined to be the greatest bodybuilder of all time. Was he?